Hany Rambod, Chris Bumstead could have been top 5 in men's open bodybuilding with 1.5 years of prep. Hany Rambod speaks candidly about Chris Bumstead's chances in men's open had he given it more time. Could 6 Olympia champion Chris Bumstead have become a serious contender in men's open bodybuilding? According to legendary bodybuilding coach Hany Rambod, the answer is yes. In a recent interview, Rambod stated that Chris Bumstead could have pushed into the top 5 of men's open bodybuilding with roughly 1 to 1.5 years dedicated to adding the size required to compete at the highest level. If Chris had a year to a year and a half to really focus on putting on size for the open division, I absolutely think he could be a top 5 guy. Bumstead built one of the most dominant runs in classic physique history through a combination of symmetry, conditioning, and structure that consistently separated him from the field. His appearance on an open stage offered a glimpse of what that structure might look like without the limits imposed by classic physique weight caps. The move reignited a long-running question in bodybuilding: how well can elite classic physique competitors translate to the size demands of men's open? Chris Bumstead's structure was already there. Chris Bumstead's physique has long been considered one of the most structurally complete in modern bodybuilding. A narrow waist, wide clavicles, and balanced muscle insertions create a frame capable of supporting additional size while maintaining aesthetic balance. That foundation is central to Rambod's assessment. Rambod has coached multiple Olympia champions and is known for identifying how physiques evolve over time. In this case, the argument is not that Bumstead would instantly dominate the open division, but that his frame could support the additional density required to be competitive against larger athletes. With approximately 1.5 years focused on growth, Rambod believes Bumstead could have added the thickness needed in key areas such as back density, lat width, chest fullness, and overall muscle maturity. Those areas often separate top 5 open competitors from the rest of the field. The idea of a classic physique champion successfully transitioning into the upper tier of men's open bodybuilding remains rare, which is why Rambod's timeline stands out. A glimpse at men's open potential. When Bumstead stepped on a men's open stage late in his career, the response was immediate. Fans and analysts began speculating about what a fully committed transition might look like over multiple off-seasons. Classic physique competitors operate under strict weight limits based on height, which naturally caps the amount of muscle an athlete can carry on stage. Moving into men's open removes that restriction, but introduces a new challenge: maintaining symmetry and conditioning while significantly increasing overall mass. Bumstead's structure suggests that balance may not have been the limiting factor. The primary question was how much size he could add while preserving the proportions that made him dominant in classic physique. That is where Rambod's estimate of a 1.5-year development window becomes particularly notable. Why the window may be closed. Despite continued curiosity about how Bumstead might perform in men's open bodybuilding, he has indicated that his competitive career has reached its conclusion. He has previously spoken about the physical demands of contest prep and how years of Olympia-level conditioning influenced his long-term decision to step away from competition. After multiple Olympia victories, Bumstead leaves behind one of the most recognizable physiques of the modern era. His influence now extends beyond competition through business ventures, sponsorships, and a global audience that continues to follow his training evolution. A full transition into men's open would require an extended runway of increased caloric intake, heavier training loads, and a willingness to push bodyweight beyond previous limits. That level of commitment becomes increasingly complex after years of competing at the highest level. For now, Bumstead's open appearance stands as a snapshot of unrealized potential rather than the beginning of a new competitive chapter. The bottom line: Chris Bumstead already established himself as one of the defining classic physique champions of his era. Rambod's comments suggest that the same structure that fueled that dominance may also have provided a pathway into the upper tier of men's open bodybuilding with the right timeline for growth. Few competitors generate credible debate about success across divisions. Bumstead remains one of them.